I'm Chad, and you're watching Square Body Stuff. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'll be working on Squeaky. So 339 is making me work for its affection because, yeah, little things here and there. We got something going on I've actually never encountered before, so we'll get into it in just a minute. First, I want to remind everybody, go check out our merchandise website, squarebodystuff.shop. Pick you out some merchandise. We got the hats and shirts, stickers, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, go check that out, see if there's something you might want to pick out. Now let me set you up on what we got going on with Squeaky, why he's out there in the dark and not here in the shop where it's light, because right now he won't move. So yesterday I decided to just take him out, weather was decent, and just take him out and give him a good drive. I haven't really just drove the truck and done really any beating on him other than the dyno. So we just tooled on down the road and took him for a little test drive, and he was running great. Really liking the power curve of this 339. Way better than I thought I would. I thought it would be pretty lackluster compared to the torque of the big block that was in there. But pretty much where the big block torque and everything is falling off and is done is where the 339 is picking up. I'll show you that in the graph. Mainly because of these really low gears. Got 488 gears, so you're not driving around trying to go highway speeds or more. It you know, the big block was pretty much done at that point. Around 4,500 RPM, that thing was pretty well done. So that's where this guy, the 339, really starts picking up and making its power. It still makes plenty down low for what it is. The small cubic inches, it still makes plenty of torque for what it is. But anyhow, drove him around for quite a while and actually got several miles away from the house and went to turn around and he just died. Wouldn't start. It'd crank over but wouldn't start. And it just sounded like the timing was way off. So got up underneath the hood and looked, and the distributor had backed off. It was just a little bit loose. The clamp wasn't secured. So I turned the distributor, got some timing in it, got home, and by the time I got home, it backed off some more. I didn't have a wrench with me to tighten it up on the road. I was able to make it back to the shop and reset the timing, clamped it down good and tight, took it for another test drive, and he started acting up again. Brought it back to the shop. Distributor had backed off again, and it was tight. And while I was messing around with it where it's sitting right now, the internal parts of that distributor, excuse me, it just locked up. Turned the distributor, popped the coil wire off, and yeah, something inside the distributor itself is locked up, and I can't move the distributor anywhere. I don't think it's anything to do with the engine. I think it's a distributor. If the engine was locked up, I'd still be able to turn the distributor if it's unlocked. But I think the shaft, the bushing, something's locked up in there, or the mechanical advance. I don't know. We're going to dig into it, find out what it is. But right now, he's not able, because I can't even just crank it over with it in gear to get it back in the shop because the distributor's, it's locked up. Yeah, let's dig into it. What do you think it is, Tex? Not sure, huh? Oh, Tex is getting big. Let me get you set up and so we can see what we got going on. Now, the distributor I'm running is a Mallory Unilite. They've been around for years and years and years. I've run them for years and years and years, and I really like the distributors. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's just dig into it and find out what we got going on. Alright, I know you guys, this angle isn't the best. Wow, it turned it almost 180 degrees. kind of thinking something with a mechanical advance, as it just now moved a little bit further forward. I got metal shavings. And if need be, I can swap out to a HEI distributor. I've got a few extras. I don't know if I actually have one that's ready to go. But the way I've got my wiring, all I have to do is plug it right into here, the factory deal for the HEI, and I'm ready to roll. I just broke the tip off my screwdriver. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get this module up out of the way. Oh my. I'm not sure what come apart in there, but there's something rolling around in there. Huh. Well, one thing I noticed, the screw that was holding this little wiring harness down is gone. Maybe that's fell out and down in there rolling around. I think for right now what I'm going to do is, that's a mess, I'm going to go ahead and just pull this distributor. I found my HEI that I use on the test stand. I forgot I had it. It should be ready to go because that's actually what we used on this engine when it was on the test stand. So we'll go ahead and pull this out and slap an HEI in there, and it'll be good enough for now. And that also makes sense because the other day when I was setting the timing, or yesterday when I was setting the timing, it wasn't advancing. It was pretty well stuck, and I don't have this thing locked out. So that makes sense. Alright, well, we'll pull this distributor out. I'm gonna have to order a distributor cap anyways, because I kind of jacked this one up when I was trying to get it to move. Cracked this terminal off. It'll probably be alright for a little bit, but it ain't gonna last long. That sucks, because those caps are expensive. Find my oil pump drive. There it is. And I got a whole video on installing and removing and installing distributors and what to do, but usually if you find your gear or find your oil pump drive where it goes all the way down and you're not where you need to be, you can either just start your firing order from there. We were pointing that way if I remember right, or you can just lift your distributor up, go to the next tooth, and usually it'll walk that shaft around, your oil pump drive around to wherever you need it. I'm not too worried about my tack right now. I just want to get it running. Alright, see, we'll start. Okay, well, yeah, I see. There's a screw right there. Screw. Yeah, it kind of chewed that up inside there, but it's salvageable. It didn't really get into the bushing. That's good. Lower bushing looks good. That shaft looks okay. Yeah, it got pretty boogered up in there. I will go ahead and straighten this all out and make it functional again. I think it's going to work. And I think all that will clean up inside there. At least it didn't get it down in there and chew up that bushing, so we'll be good. Well, I think I got it all back into at least usable shape, flattened out, cleaned up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up in the parts washer, clean up the base or the body, the housing, and we'll get this thing all stuck back together. Well, it's all back together. I think I mentioned earlier when I was pulling this out that I cracked one of the terminals trying to get this thing broke loose, but this cap needed to be replaced anyways. I'm gonna have to wait for it to come in. I need to get it ordered, and I'm gonna order another rotor. So this thing will be in good shape. So I'm not gonna put this back in. We're just gonna roll with the HEI distributor and squeaky for right now. Now I do have the adapter that I could set up an HEI to run with my control box, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna worry about that right now. Maybe in the future I'll set an HEI up just so I have a backup distributor, and it'll be an actual plug and play. I'll have the rev limiter, two-step if I want it, and all that good stuff to run with my control box. But for right now, I'm still able to just plug in a stock HEI and roll on down the road. You know, Squeaky is a mess. I'm gonna have to give him a good bath, because the other day when I took him for a drive, the gravel roads started to thaw out, and it just, yeah, looks like we went mudding. So we got a few more things to do this before it's ready for the track, so it'll pass tech. Main thing is my fuel system, or my fuel tank. I've got another fuel cell I think I'm gonna put in it, because this tank I got in there, let me show you real quick. I think I've got a video of me kind of putting this thing in. It's just stuck in there with a couple ratchet straps, a long piece of hose, just so I can get the tank moved back and get the exhaust on there where it needs to go, because the exhaust actually runs outside the frame rails. But I do have a small plastic fuel cell. I've got foam to put in it. I think I've got most of the fittings and lines I need to get all hooked up. I just need to figure out how I'm going to mount it in the bed, because I'd really like to have it under the bed so I can put my piece of plywood in for my bed floor if I ever want to use him as a truck, because sometimes I do that because race truck. So hit that subscribe button, click that bell. That'll give you a notification when I put out new videos. That way you know, you can keep up with what we're doing on this truck and some of my other trucks. I've got a lot of projects going on, and this one seems to take up most of my time. But yeah, stay tuned. We got plenty more to do. So until next time, y'all keep your square bodies rolling. We'll catch you later.